Good evening, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you stories that we're working on right now. And yes, all we're talking about is Hurricane Florence, the track, the school closures, how the city is preparing. That is what we're focusing on right now. I want to let you know we're streaming on various platforms right now. That includes our website, WTOC.com. The WTOC apps, both news and weather, Amazon Fire, Roku, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So lots of places that you can get our updates. And the reason I point that out is because we always want to keep you connected, especially when it comes to severe weather that is approaching our area. Right now on the Facebook live stream, I've got just under 950 of you joining us. And I want to say thank you for giving us just a few minutes of your evening. Okay, so right now we have received a lot of calls asking about school closures. Keep in mind, these keep getting updated the more schools call us, both private and local counties. So let's get to the very latest on school closures in our area. Chatham County Public Schools will close on Friday. That includes all athletic activities as well. We have a story on our website. This kind of details the private school closures. St. Andrew's School, Skidaway Island Preschool closed on Friday. Calvary School, Calvary Early Learning Center also closed this Friday, September 14th. Savannah Country Day will be closed Friday, and all after-school activities, athletic events, and aftercare scheduled for Thursday will be canceled as well. The Country Day campus, including the Little School, will close at 4 p.m. on Thursday and remain closed through the weekend. Bethesda Academy will be closed Friday, September 14th. Classes will remain in session on Thursday. Memorial Day School will be closed Friday, and so will St. Vincent's Academy. Again, if you did not catch what I just said, you can always go to our website, WTOC.com. We do have a list of the private school closures, and right now for the Georgia viewers, Savannah Chatham County Public Schools are closed this Friday. They are open tomorrow. A lot of you asking, are we in session on Thursday? The answer is yes. But Friday, schools are closed. I've also gotten questions about Effingham and Bryan. They are in session, but the moment that changes and they let us know, we will pass that along to you on our various platforms. We want to make sure that everyone is in the loop. So for those of you just joining us, we're going over pretty much everything related to Hurricane Florence. Okay, so right now, another thing I need to say, no county in our viewing area is being evacuated. That includes Jasper and Beaufort counties. I have a map to explain why. This was a very controversial thing that happened because originally, as you recall, our Low Country viewers, the governor said everyone needs to evacuate. Then it kind of changed this morning when he said, well, wait, not for certain parts of South Carolina. So here's why. If you look at the map right now, there are certain different colored areas. Certain colors mean hurricane warning, others mean hurricane watch, others mean tropical storm watch. There are various shades of pink and red on your screen. As you see toward the bottom, the Beaufort area, not in the colored part. The reason that's important is because according to the National Weather Service, the counties are not in direct danger of any warnings or watches right now. Keep in mind, that could change with any update. So for right now, do what you can to prepare for an evacuation. That way, if and when one is announced, you can hit the road ASAP. Now, I saw the Facebook Live comments when I was up here and I tossed to Governor McMaster earlier in the day. So many of you were absolutely outraged because we understand that until the governor says your area is under a state of emergency and you need to evacuate, a lot of your jobs are saying you have to come to work. And we all know that the storm is coming and that you will get rain and you will see impacts. And a lot of you want to evacuate, and we completely understand. We've also fielded lots of legal questions, people saying, well, what if I evacuate anyway? Am I at risk of losing my job? The short answer, yes. We know this is unfair. We know a lot of you are very upset. We continue to reach out to the governor's office to say, is there any way you might put them back under an evacuation order? We have yet to hear back at this point in time. We know that they're busy, but there are thousands of you who want to evacuate, who are very concerned, but you also don't want to lose your job. And we completely understand that. Please be assured, WTOC is working hard to get you more answers. And we know that that map says you're not in any immediate danger. We know what's going to happen. We've been through this before. Matthew, Irma, you guys know the deal, and you want to leave. We understand that. If anything changes, we will let you know. But speaking of evacuation, WTOC's Wright Gasaway saw a lot of people evacuating today. Here's what he knows.
I'm here at the Welcome Center along I-95 at the Georgia-South Carolina state line. A lot of people evacuating ahead of Hurricane Florence. Many I spoke with from the Charleston and Myrtle Beach area are looking to get out of the way as the latest projections have it coming a little bit closer to them. You can see traffic moving a little bit better in Georgia with 3 lanes, but inside this welcome center, a lot of people are looking for the best place to safety. A lot of them are heading to Orlando or beaches in the Florida area. I spoke with a lot of people who braved storms in years past, but they say with Florence, they are taking no chance.
Georgia Governor Nathan Deal issued an emergency declaration for the entire state today. That is all 159 counties in the state of Georgia ahead of Florence's unpredictable path. Now, his executive order mainly addresses the suspension and changes to motor carrier safety regulations, basically talking about trucks, and also they allowed them to extend hours and distances so that they can get resources where we need them to be. The order also puts into effect price gouging regulations throughout the state because, of course, people need gas if they're going to evacuate. WTOC's Elizabeth Rollins spoke to SEMA Director Dennis Jones about what this means for you.
And what's y'all's drop dead deadline? If y'all are going to issue an evacuation, when the clock is ticking at this point, so when will y'all make that decision?
Yeah, based on the 11 o'clock advisory and the way the storm is tracking right now, if a decision had to be made, that trigger point is tomorrow morning. And that's if it absolutely had to be made. Again, what we're seeing right now with the latest advisory, we don't think that's necessary. But if you're asking for a particular trigger, that's when the trigger would be.
Well, I think as of yesterday, we didn't see this other update coming, so I think anything is possible at this point. So the drop dead deadline, just wanted to. So tomorrow morning would be kind of the last possibility if y'all were going to call it.
Yeah.
So SEMA officials are working 12-hour shifts right now, and they are working closely with the city of Savannah. WTOC also spoke with city of Savannah officials today on how they're preparing for the storm. So there are a lot of conversations going with various departments at this point in time. The city is making sure they have assets in place, assets meaning people, equipment, and resources, and that people know what we should expect with the tropical weather. With regard to infrastructure, city crews keep tabs on things like storm drains and tree trimming year-round.
We are very susceptible to intense afternoon storms, tropical storms, hurricanes, so we need to be ready for the unpredictable weather to happen. So we do this kind of maintenance year-round, so it's not something we have stepped up in this case because we've already been doing it, already been preparing for any kind of unpredictable, intense weather.
Of course, we will work to keep you updated on air and online. And speaking of online, I want to just reintroduce you to our weather app in case you don't have it. It's free. You should download it. Let's take a look right now. I have it up on my iPad. If you have the weather app, it gives you access to a lot of information. There are video alerts that are literally, get rid of that are updated all day long. We also have the hour-by-hour forecast that you can get, which is really nice. You can scroll through, see what we're expecting, the daily forecast, but this is my favorite part. It's the radar. You can zoom in and get really specific on your neighborhood, and then you can also zoom out, and of course it will show the track of Hurricane Florence if we go really far out. So this is kind of the bird's eye view of what we're looking at. Again, these updates come out every few hours. The track can change, and that's when our meteorologists certainly look at the various forecasting systems and say, here's what we're expecting in our particular area. We have 5 meteorologists at WTOC. Our chief, Dave Turley, Cutter Martin is our morning meteorologist. We also have Andrew Gorton, Jamie Ertel, and Ron Wallace. All 5 of them constantly watching various models to make sure that they're accurate and keep you guys in the loop. So if you don't have our app, just in case you lose power and you can't access WTOC on TV, that's a great resource to have. Of course, I want to go back really quick to the school closures, getting lots of questions about that. Let me run it down for you again. You can always go to our website, WTOC.com. One of our top stories right now is on the private school closures, but let me touch on public school really quick. In Georgia, Savannah-Chatham County Public Schools will be closed on Friday. I see you guys asking about Bullitt County, Bryan County. We have not received any word from them yet. So as of right now, there is school on Thursday and Friday. But Savannah-Chatham Public Schools will be closed on Friday. When it comes to private schools, St. Andrews School, Skidaway Island Preschool, Calvary Day School, and Calvary Early Learning Center, Savannah Country Day, Savannah Country Day campus, that includes the little school, by the way, Bethesda Academy, Memorial Day School, St. Vincent's Academy, all closed right now. This particular story we keep updating because we get phone calls into the newsroom to update the story for the various private schools that are also saying we too are going to be closed on Friday. If any other public schools close, we will also pass along that information to you. Guys, if you go to our website, WTOC.com, if you ever hover over the weather tab, there will be a drop down that pops up, and there's an area called the Hurricane Center that has a lot of great information as well, a resource right at your fingertips. I have a ton of comments on Facebook right now. I certainly can't get to them all, but thank you to those of you who are saying these updates are great, these updates are helpful. We certainly appreciate you relying and depending on WTOC for the latest information. Again, you can go to our website for even more. Someone just asked, will the Waffle Houses be open? I don't know, but there's always some fast food restaurant that's open. So thank you so much for bringing a little humor to the digital newscast. All right, guys, you can always reach us online at WTOC.com and our social media pages to keep you updated. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Prepare yourselves. It's coming.